morning, everyone. I am slightly back to normal. I'm at home just for a couple of days, then I'm on the road again, but that's okay. I kind of like it that way. I hope you are doing well. It is a Tuesday morning. Is it the week before Christmas? Oh my gosh, it's the Tuesday before Christmas. That's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I think some people are still debating whether or not to put a Christmas tree up. That's how crazy it is right now. Hey, Ann, how are you doing? All right, today is going to be a very fun show. We're going to talk about speaking gigs because it is Tuesday. Next Tuesday, probably not going to talk about speaking gigs. We'll talk about being at my parents' house for Christmas and sleeping in a very, very small double bed with a very tall husband. Yeah. Woo, that is hard. Just saying. But today we're going to talk about speaking gigs, and we're going to talk about is looking for gigs on your calendar. And I'm multitasking, so if you see my eyeballs going in 12 different directions, that's because things are happening over here. But we're going to talk about whether or not if looking is on your calendar, because hate to tell you, if you don't schedule it, it's probably not going to happen. Just saying. And I'm going to give you some little stories of so many people who tell me they do not have time to look for gigs, but they want to be on big stages, but they don't want to deal with looking. I don't get it. I don't get it. So we're going to talk about that, and going to give you a couple of tips on what you can do to keep looking for gigs in your life. We're going to share this out to a couple of folks before I introduce myself. So if you have a friend that wants to get on stage, that thinks they want to get on stage, but doesn't want to do any of the looking, why don't you go ahead and share this with them? Let's go ahead and share this out. I am looking a little plain today. I don't want to wear makeup this week, so I'm just refusing. So I hope everyone is well. I'm going to go ahead and click this button here on Instagram. I am Phylecia Jones, budgetologist and solopreneur money management expert, and you are watching Ask the Budgetologist. Now I come to you live every morning and I answer any questions you have around business, budgeting, and solo entrepreneurship. And of course, I give you tons of unsolicited advice on managing your money. And today I talk about speaking gigs, and you might be saying, well, your show is all about budgeting. Why are you talking about speaking? Well, because every healthy budget needs a source of revenue. And one of the ways that I have built my business over the last few years is through speaking, generating clients and leads and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest, it's the one thing I kind of know how to do when it comes to marketing. All the other stuff, the social media, not really my jive. So I'm just going to talk to you about speaking gigs. I'm going to not hack on you. The voice is getting a lot better. I feel a lot better. But yeah, we're going to talk about that today because I want you to get on stage. Hey, Heather. Hey, Adonia. How are you doing this morning? Hey, Chelly. How you doing? Oh my gosh, you all are here and I'm so excited about it. But I got to tell you this. And I'm also here on Instagram. So if you ever want to follow all the adventures on Instagram, yeah, we're going to do that. And I got to apologize for not coming to you over the weekend. I was on West Coast time and it was early. I mean, staying out to 2 a.m. and then trying to wake up for 6:45 a.m. was a little rough, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, we're going to talk about speaking gigs today. And so hold on. For those of you who really, 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 really want to get on stage, I want you to message me. I have some free resources that I'm working on today and got to finalize. I'm going to send them out to you. And it's going to be a checklist of the 3 skills every speaker needs to master. I'm going to release it to everyone else a little bit later. But if you are really, really interested in this, either put your name down in the comment box, or not your name, but just say, send me some stuff, Phylecia, or you can private message me, because my goal, I want to get 196 people on stage. If it's 196 women, that'll be awesome, because we need to start telling our stories. So just saying. But let's get real. If you do not put looking for speaking gigs on your calendar, it is not going to happen. And a lot of people I know, and I was the same way, I just wait for referrals. All right, here's the deal with referrals. Yes, referrals work when it comes to getting speaking gigs. That's how we all would like to work when it comes to speaking gigs. But to be honest, you're not going to get that many referrals, especially if you're still fairly new in the game. You're going to get some, and it'll help keep your calendar booked just a wee bit, but it's not going to last forever. And the thing with referrals is you got to put yourself out there for an amount of time or have something so powerful to say that people are dying to have you. And let's just be honest, most of us are just regular common folks. It takes a while to get to a point where people are dying to have us on stage. So let me give you a handful of people who people are dying to have on stage. Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson, probably any president, any first lady. Let's just be honest. They don't have to do much to get referrals to get on stage. But the rest of us, we got to do a few things. I mean, seriously, we have to do a few things in order to get on stage. And referrals are great. I'm not dissing them. And yes, keep them coming because they do work. But I got to tell you, I've been doing this 4 years now. I've been in business 4 years, really started hammering home on the speaking for the last maybe 2.5 to 3 years. Only this year have I started getting referrals. And I've been on stage a lot. Hey, Erica, how you doing over there? And you're brave. They're on Instagram. How y'all doing this morning? We're talking about looking for gigs on the calendar. And like I said, I've been out there quite a bit. And only this year have I been able to get enough referrals to get me booked on a regular basis. But if you want to do what I did this year and ended up with 28, I think I may have 29. I gotta actually count because I think I'm missing a few. But if you want that kind of speaking in your life, you got to go out and start generating leads. Okay. You got to generate prospects, opportunities, and leads of stages so that you can get on, and you have to be able to go out there and do it. All right. That's it. And to be honest, even with me and the referrals, I had to go do the work to go get on some stages in order to get the referrals. You see how this is working? So I just wanted to let you know and just get real about all of this, okay? And of course, if you have any questions around speaking gigs, and yesterday I put out the call, however I can help you before the end of this year, please let me know. I will answer any question, whatever you want. Please put it in the comment box, message me, whatever you need in order for me to help you kick off 2019 right. I am here for you. But the reality is with referrals and getting speaking gigs is that you got to make time to put it on the calendar. If it's not on your calendar to go out there and look, it is not going to work. It's the same thing with my podcast friends. If you don't tell people about your podcast, no one is going to look. If you're trying to get clients into your coaching program, if you only tell your cat and dog, no one is going to give you money. You see what I mean? You got to make the time to go do the sales, to make the phone calls, to market your podcast. You got to make the time to go out there and do it. The same thing happens with speaking gigs. And I know all of my speakers, I know we're just like, oh my God, I have hair to flip this month. Yay. Oh my gosh, I'm the speaker. And I did a TEDx. And so now I will just wait for them to call. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to be sitting there waiting for nothing. Just telling you. I've been in this, and I'm not telling you to talk at you. I'm someone who has experienced this because I honestly thought I did a couple of speaking gigs and I call myself a speaker and I just show up and I get my 30-second commercial. It's on my website. It's on my business card, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. I know people who have TEDx's, and people assume that just because you have a TEDx or you did a TED or you went on Oprah, you were going to blow up. I know a lot of folks who have done that, and it never happened. Hey, Jen Walker Sells, how you doing? So that's why you have to actually put yourself in the game. Yeah, it's like a two-way street, and actually go out there and start making stages happen. And that's what had to happen with me. I'm going to sip some water and tell you why. I was at an event, and what really turned everything for me was I was at an event. I was actually at FinCon a couple of years ago, my very first time. And I was there with someone who was brand new in business, just started the same time that I did. And we did the kind of the woe is me, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. This is kind of hard, but I'm excited. And yeah. Like, yeah, man, I don't know where I'm going to go. And it's gonna work out. And, you do the commiserate, we're going to make it work. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm just crossing my fingers and praying it's all going to work out. And within 8 months, this person that I talked to, they were in a national newspaper, as they were listed as one of the top financial people to look out for in like 2017, or I think it was 2017 or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it just clicked that if I want opportunities to happen, I'm going to go out and have to make them happen. Because I was one of those who sat there and just assumed that, hey, if I put myself out there just a little bit, it'll come back to me tenfold. And I learned my lesson big time, that if I wanted to get in magazines, if I wanted to get on newsstands, if I wanted to get on more stages, if I wanted to get more clients, I'm going to have to put myself out there. And I remember I woke up that day when I was reading the newspaper, and I was like, oh my gosh, like they were like miserable just like me. How did they get in the newspaper? On a national newspaper? Like, what is this? And it just clicked that opportunities don't fall in your lap. You have to make them happen. And from that moment on, it was like a light bulb switch in my head. And I said, you know what? If I want this to happen, I'm going to have to go out there and make it happen. No one else is going to make it happen for me. I mean, to be honest, I have a TEDx, and I know a lot of people are just assuming that if I just sit and wait, magic is going to appear. No, if I want something to happen with that, I'm going to have to start pushing it like crazy, pushing every gig like crazy, sitting down and making the time to make it work for me. And that is what needs to happen for you if you want to get on more stages. You need to find a day each week to go out there, research, pitch, and book yourself on stages. That's it. Wednesdays are my day. Wednesdays are my opportunity day. I call them opportunity days. And I literally sit my butt down from 9 to 5 until happy hour time. And I go out there and do the research. I do the searching. I do the finding. I do the pitching. I do it all just straight. It's like no phone calls, no sales calls. That's all I'm doing, is looking and researching and pitching for gigs. And it has worked. And I do it 8 hours every week. And some weeks I do it more. And I'm actually about to build this up a little bit more because I want some bigger stages. But this is what I do. When I'm on an airplane, I pay the $8 on Southwest, and I sit there for 3 hours and I am searching. And I have my system down. I have my process down. And that's what I do. And I've talked to you about my course that I teach all of this. And I actually work with people one-on-one to do all of this, but it doesn't really matter. Until you make the time, nothing's going to happen. And when I give my presentation, I don't do this presentation very often. I present about other things, but I do my talk about landing speaking gigs. And my very first point that I tell people, and I said, you need to put it on your calendar. Because, and I always tell people, it doesn't matter what I say after this first slide. If you don't make the time, if you don't put it on the calendar, you could just get up and walk out of this room, because you're just wasting your ear time and you're wasting my breath talking to you. And I know I hate to be mean like that. Sorry about the voice, y'all. But that's the reality of it. Hey, Tassels View, how you doing? But that's the reality of it. If you are not going to put this on your calendar, if you're not going to make time for this, if you're not going to dedicate yourself to looking and pitching and researching, it is not going to happen. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, I'll just hire a PR or an agent to do this for me. All right, let me give you the skinny on agent. I actually work with an agent. I mean, to be honest, agents hire me to look for gigs for their people. Just saying. The reality is, with agents, when you are not big enough, when you are not known enough, and when you're not known for anything yet, it is really hard for them. And that's why either they're going to put you into a coaching program and be your agent. But that's the reality, is that they can't work when you haven't gone out there and made a name for yourself. It is really hard. And I've worked with a couple of people, and I told them, it's like, I can't do this for you unless you're sitting on something huge and big and whatever. But I need some meat. Even for me, I need some meat to go and like start matching you with stages. And I could do it for a little bit, and I can give you some smaller ones. But it's so funny. People come to me like, yeah, I want to be on stage with Tony Robbins. Who are you? I'm just nobody yet. And it's like, I just want to be there like in a year. Like, okay, like go for it. Let me know how that works out for you. And I know you're thinking if you go get an agent and things like that, I'm just telling you, one, you're going to pay a lot of money for a long amount of time until they can get you to a place where you are at least somewhat known in an industry. Even with me, even when I go and do the research for my clients, I don't walk in as an agent because it's like, okay, you're not at a point where I can pitch you on a regular basis. It is really hard. It is really hard when you're not known yet. But what you have to do, and I've talked to agents, and I have agents and PR people, and they tell me I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet, And they said, keep going until we have enough and we've niched down enough so that they can go and pitch me. But this is where it all comes back to you. All of you. You're going to have to be your own PR agent in the beginning until you build enough name for yourself. And I say you get an agent when you can't handle all of the things that you've done. That's when you bring in an agent. When it is coming at you left and right, that's when you bring in someone else to manage all of it. But if you're just sitting around cleaning your glasses, watching TV, listening to your Spotify, and just saying, I'm just going to be a speaker, you don't need an agent yet. You just need to get up and just start doing some work. And I'm telling you, and I'm promising you, at this exact moment, I've been doing this. I went hard at it for, actually 2017 was the year I I dedicated myself to go looking for gigs. Before that, I was kind of in referral mode, and I got like 6 or 8. And then after that, I went like, okay, we're going to do this. And last year I ended with 21 engagements. And this year, I keep thinking, I think I'm like 28 or 29 engagements. I don't know. But I'm between 27, 28, and 29. And literally the majority of the gigs that I got for this year came from the work that I did in 2017. That's why I keep telling you, you got to get ahead. I'm like talking to people. People are calling me because it's December and people are freaking out. And people are like, I want to get some gigs on the calendar by March. Like, you are so late right now. Like, seriously, you are so late to this game. And you can get gigs in March, but you have to have warm relationships by that point. Right now, if you start searching in January, you're looking for late summer and early fall. I mean, that's just how, you can. And I'm not saying that you're not going to find gigs, but you're going to have to like triple down to find gigs earlier because like I told you, I'm a speaker coordinator for a group here in Denver, Colorado. I was the speaker coordinator for the last couple of years for another group. And our calendar is filled for 2019. I mean, at some point we may have some people that'll bow out and have to be rearranged. But the reality is a lot of events have already started putting their speakers in at least up until summer for 2019. So you're going to have to really get in there and start looking now. Hey, Tashina, how you doing? She's over on Instagram. So if you want gigs now, you need to start looking now. I mean, give yourself a break. And I have to tell you right now from all the researching that I've been doing for a couple of clients, there is this weird little thing. Some people put out open calls for speakers and they put the deadline like December 27th and December 30th, like right in the middle of knowing everybody is busy. But they do that for a reason. They do it for a reason. And even those events are for next fall. So here's the deal. If speaking is what you want, and if it's something that you want to do, and I was going to tell you that I've ended the year with 28, 29. Overall, I've had 70 gigs And I know a lot of people may not say that's a lot, but 70, it feels like a lot. I've had 70 plus gigs, including on top of all of that stuff. Even in my research, I've had to book like 20 something podcast interviews. I'm a contributor to one magazine. I've done an article. All of that requires a lot of work and a lot of focus. And being very, and I know people like this word strategic. I kind of hate that word, but it requires you to sit your butt down and actually decide what it is that you want to do. And if 2018, this is what you want to do, seriously, I'm about to unleash a new resource for everyone when it comes to speaking. If you want it, and I'm just going to be very clear, it's going to lead you into purchasing my course. If you don't want to buy, if you don't want to invest in speaking, don't waste your time with me. I hate to be that mean, but don't waste your time. Don't waste anybody else's time. Because I want you to get on stage. I want you to get on stage, and I want to give you the resource, and it's going to talk you through like what you need to start doing. And it's absolutely free, but I'm just going to be straight up honest. It's going to lead to a sale at some point. Okay. But if that is something you want, please message me. Please message me. Oh, see you later, Heather. Bye. Please message me, and I will send it to you first before I release it to everyone else. And it really is good. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just a gimmick to get you on my email list. It's just the clean, pretty version of what I had to do in order to get more gigs. And it's going to talk about researching, being organized, and becoming known for something. And I promise you, if you take the time to master that, you can get on more stages. It's just going to take time, and it's going to take you dedicating the time to go out and do it. Like I said, Wednesdays are my opportunity day from 9 until 5. That is all I do. I don't do client work. I work on me. This is my time. And I'm about to bump this up to probably about 2 days a week. And I mean, seriously, that's what I do. And I was researching while I was on the airplane on Sunday, and I found about 50 opportunities that I'm going to start pitching for, and 50 companies. To me, this stuff comes really easy, and I know a lot of us aren't researchers at heart. So if I can help you with it, just let me know. But this is something that you're going to have to do if you want to get out there and get on more stages. If it's not on your calendar, it is not going to happen. I'm just being straight up honest. And if you want to lean on referrals, that's good. Hey, Lori Perez, how you doing? If you're going to lean on referrals, that is fine. Lean on referrals all you want, but don't be upset when your referrals aren't turning over as big as you want them to, okay? Every professional speaker that I know, they book their own gigs. They search for their own gigs. I'm actually going to be mentored by someone, and I'm traveling with them next year. 45 speaking engagements. She handles her own calendar, and she closes her own deals. And that's the other thing. We're going to talk about that. If speaking is something that you want to do as a career, yeah, you don't put this in the hands of anybody else. You close your own deals. But you do need someone to help you with the research. So the research part, I know how to do. I find it fun. I don't know. It just comes so like dead easy to me. I don't know why, but I don't know. I literally can find about 50 gigs in about 30 minutes. It's kind of, I don't know. I give myself these little challenges. I know I'm weird like that. Don't ask. I just give myself little challenges. So, and it's always fun if I can do it for someone else, because if I can do this for someone else, it's always kind of fun, because I need to know, like, all right, what's the target? Who am I going for? And I get very crafty and creative with the stages. But no matter what, if it's not on your calendar, it ain't going to happen. Just saying. I can find you 100 gigs right now, but if you don't put time on your calendar to go and pitch, make friends with these people, reach out to them, it ain't going to happen. Do I need to say that again? If it's not on your calendar, it's not going to happen. Please just give me a thumbs up if you heard that. If it's not on your calendar, it's not going to happen. Lori is asking, did TEDx reach out to you, or did you contact them? I actually, they had an open call for speakers for TEDx. There are very few. There are some TEDx's, and I actually did the research. There are some TEDx's that are invitation only, and I do know some that are invitation only. So that means you got to get into a different level of networking for those events. But even for TEDx, you still need to know how to pitch, how to say it. And I mean, I think this particular one had like 109 applications. I know the TEDx Mile High gets 1,400. You still got to stand out in a way. So I have mastered the art of pitching. I have mastered the art of pitching so that you can stand out. That's how I know how to get yeses. And for all of you, hey Jeff, how you doing? And for all of you who might be wondering, like, why do I think I'm qualified to do this? Well, here's the thing. I've been a speaker coordinator for 2 organizations, so I've been on the other side of watching pitches, and I see what I would ignore. I also have friends who are speaker coordinators. Like I said, I'm in a little circle now of speaker coordinators and people who find gigs. I've actually just been someone actually just reached out to me and asked me to be on a committee for a large event that's going to happen here in Denver, Colorado. I'm going to be on the a selection committee for speakers. So I've been on the other side, so I just tell you what I see, and I want you to avoid that. That's what I do. And that's what has helped me be a better speaker. It's not a better speaker. I'm going to stop lying. It hasn't helped me become a better speaker. It has helped me become a better pitcher. Because now I know the words and I know how to finesse inside of an application or even through email in order for someone to give me a yes. And I still get rejections, but my rejections have gone down quite a bit. So yeah, being a speaker coordinator has not helped me be a better speaker. Practice has done that, but it has helped me become a better pitcher and a better networker, and to be on committees now, which is kind of cool. I've always wanted to do that, be on a bigger committee, a selection committee of speakers, because now I get to see everything. And I think last year this event got about 97 applications, and I know this year they're going to get about 200. So it's going to be so much fun, like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And I'll give you, and while I'm going through this, I'm not going to tell you the event, but I'll give you some hints of things that I'm seeing so that you won't do that as well. But none of this matters. None of this matters. None of this matters if you don't put it on your calendar and make the time to go and look for the gigs. Boom, that's it. I mean, seriously, that's it. If you're not going to make the time, all these other things, all these other tips are just a waste of paper and digital space, bandwidth. Make the time to put it on your calendar. My challenge to you today, I want you to message me, I don't know, comment here, put it on my Facebook wall. Tell me what day is your opportunity day. And if you say, well, I'm only going to do is 30 minutes like every day, I'm just going to tell you, you're not as serious about speaking as you think you are. Just saying. So I want you to tell me, message me on Instagram, on Facebook. You can message me on Twitter. I like Twitter. I hang out on Twitter on Sundays. But I want to know what day is your opportunity day? What day are you going to plant your butt in your seat for minimum 5 hours looking and pitching for gigs? Just saying. Because if you're not going to do it, then don't worry about it. All the applications, all the tips. I have people asking me, can I get tips? What do I say? Who do I call? And I keep asking them, what day are you doing all this? Oh, I just do it whenever I can. I'm just telling you, it does not matter until you put it on the calendar. Does not matter. Hey, Net Watson, how you doing? Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Thank you so very much. I will send you the resources. I got to talk to my PM. She has to give me, my project manager has to give me the final okay to go and release, but you will be the first to get it. And I really do want to help you get on stage. I mean, seriously, if you get on stage, I've told everyone, my biggest call to action is that you have to invite me. I'm so excited that one of the Monday. All right, Shelly's day is Monday. She's going to plant her butt in her seat. All right, that means Friday is your budget day. Yay! Friday's Monday. Friday is when we manage the money. Monday is when we go make it. Yes, I like it. I just gave you an extra day, Shelly. There you go. But seriously, my goal is to help you And my biggest call to action is invite me to your gig. You never know. I'm a traveler. I will literally travel the world and I will come and see you. I would love to come and see you, but you have to invite me. And if you don't invite me, that means you're probably not getting on stages. So you got to start inviting me. I'm so excited. One young lady that I worked with earlier this year, Summer Alexander, she found me on Instagram, which is so weird. People are finding me on Instagram. I don't know how you all are finding me, but thank you. She found me on Instagram, and I did some brainstorming to help her do the searching. She did her own pitching. I kind of helped her, talked her through the pitch process. She landed on stage at South by Southwest. I don't know if you guys don't know what South by Southwest is. It is a music festival, but they have other events inside of it. She's on stage there. I am so excited. And she sent me a message like, oh, by the way, I got on stage at South by Southwest. I'm like, what? Because in our session, I brought up South by Southwest because she lives down in Texas. And I was like, I think you should go for this one. Especially with what she was talking about. So I literally just rattle off some places for her. Every place that I listed, she has booked. I am so excited about it, but South by Southwest is so exciting. I don't think I'm going to be able to go see her because I have a speaking engagement at the same time, but that is so cool. That is so cool. I'm just so excited. South by Southwest is pretty darn huge. All right. All right, folks. I got to go do some income producing activities. If you want the resources, just message me, put it in the comment box. As soon as my project manager says I can release, I will release them to you. You'll be on my email list, and every other day or so, I'm going to send you a video just like this. And we're going to have some real talk about getting speaking gigs and what you need to focus on and blah, 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 blah. And then I'll give you some behind the scenes of how I started speaking because I hated speaking. Funny how that works out. So we're going to do a little bit of that. So if you want those resources, if you need help, if you need to work with me one-on-one, reach out to me as well. And things are going to kind of, we're going to play it like by ear until the new year. And then I'm going to, have all the pretty stuff. But my goal is I want to help you get on stage. And for next year, I'm actually doing something very different that I think is going to be fun. I got this from my mentor. And I want to do a mentor in motion. So I'm just telling you. All the things that are going to come up. Mentor in motion. And this is where if you want to come with me to an event that I'm speaking at or attending, I'm going to give you training that entire day on how to work the room. I'm going to introduce you to key people based on your message, because I'm a good wingman. I'm a really good wingman. I'm going to wingwoman you or wingman you based on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to say. Now, that means you got to have your stuff together, because I can't wingman you if you're not, if you don't have your stuff together. But I will train you that entire day on how to work the room and show you some of the things to avoid when you're on stage, and, and how to make the stage really work for you, especially at bigger conferences. That's a service that I'm going to do. And plus, all of my gigs are at fun places. Like I'm going to Austin for Wanderfest. I'm going to be speaking at a travel conference. In March, I'm going to PodFest. I'm going to be speaking there. I'm going to Podcast Movement in July, Podcast Movement in August, FinCon in September. I just got the call. My friend is doing his gig over in England again, and I love England. So if you want to come hang with me, just let me know. Hey, Meta, how you doing? I'm going to be talking to you this week. So that's something new I want to try, and I think it'll be so much fun because I just like to travel. And if you want to come and just get all the training in one day, bring your notebook, because I'm going to introduce you to some people that will blow your mind. And I get invited to all these little secret dinners with coordinators. I'll show you how to work that too. All right, folks, I got to go do some work. So you got to go do some work as well. Meta, I will definitely send you everything. So for those of you who are Instagram, thank you so very much, Lori. Tashina, I sent you a message. Erica, you're brave. And Tassel's View, thank you so very much for being here. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. We're going to do some little mindset stuff when it comes to your money. I appreciate you. I heart you. Have an amazing day wherever you are. And it's the week before Christmas. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, it's the week before Christmas. That means it's 2 weeks before the new year. Oh my gosh, 2 weeks before 2019. So go hide in your hole and try to reverse back time if you need to. All right. See you all on Instagram bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye. For those of you who are still here on Facebook, you know I appreciate you. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Yes, it's 2 weeks before the new year, a week before Christmas. Even if you're not ready yet, it's about to happen to you. So have an amazing day. Take care. Happy budgeting. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye.